All right, you're welcome to Smart Review Lead Management Model. One of the things that we're going to be looking at is how we can help the admin people to manage the leave accounting process. Now, leave accounting process or management is one of the things that the admin people actually have to carry out when they are dealing with the staff and how much leave they have spent, how much leave they have a right to, and things like that. This software helps us to remove all the cumbersomeness and then the confusion, and then produces accuracy. For example, the first thing that the system allows you to do with respect to leave within the system is to set up the different type of leave that the management actually have in their books. For example, we can set up as many kind of leaves we want here. We have in the system, we have maternity leave, annual leave, and the rest of it. And then you also notice that the process duration, during which when process is actually available here, and then the maximum allowed days by the policy of the organization is also fully recorded here. So you can add whatever leave that your company actually allows by creating new ones and stuff like that. But having done that, the next step is that the system now allows us, having produced the policy-based leave and their limits and stuff like that, the system now allows us every year to do what we call new year leave allocation. This is a debit and credit situation that the system is trying to create. So every year you will expect that all the staff is allocated specific, policy-based credits of leave. That's not to say that they will utilize it, but it's to explain the fact that every time somebody makes a leave request, the system has something against which they will debit, against, and then be able to do very good accounting. For example, I can say annual leave, the system allows us here about 20 days, but you can actually change it for whatever days is here, and then you can pick the year, you can pick the date of allocation, and then once you say submit, the system gives you a list of all the staff. So with a click of a button, you can actually allocate that annual leave for all the people within the organization. So when you click on this, then the system automatically generate for each of the staff the days that is expected for them to have, the number of days that is approved for them for annual leave. Now, you can also stagger it depending on the different staff, but essentially that's the basic process. Now, the next thing is the fact that once you have that in the system, then in a situation when you are implementing for the first time, let's say you are implementing the system and then maybe it's about 6 months into the year, and then some people have already taken some leave, then the system allows us to do some standard adjustment by doing special posting such that we can get the leave balance for each of the specific staff, so we can actually determine whether it's a debit or a credit posting. You can select the name of the staff, then you can select the year, and then you can select the type of leave. So you can actually do, once you decide, let's say you are doing the number of annual leave somebody have spent in a particular year, that's the first time implementation, then the system allows you to post a credit or a debit so that let's say the person has a right to 20 days, and by the time the system is being implemented, somebody has spent about 10 days, maybe a few people have spent about 10 days or whatever on the particular kind of leave. You can do your debit here just to, and then you can post any details here in terms of description. Once you post, then the system has taken care of that. From this moment on, everything is automatic. And what does that mean? Every time somebody makes a leave request here, the system allows you, the system automatically debits. Once the system is notified that the leave is approved, something like that. Let's say this is somebody whose leave has been fully approved. Once the leave is approved, one of the things you will discover is that here you have completed and approved. When you start the leave request, it goes through all the approval. Once it is approved here by the process driver, once you put this status and put save, the system automatically debits the leave that the person have spent, and then you can actually have at any point in time an idea of how much leave a particular person has spent by coming to the leave record and accounts details here. If you click on that, you'll have for which staff you're interested in. Let's say I say I'm looking for that, and then which type of leave, annual leave. Once you click on that search, the system will give you the details of how the person has spent his leave without any effort, and the current balance that is actually, the person really has got. For example, here you have about this person has a credit of 20, and then at 2 different times he has spent 5 days, and then there is another compensatory leave, everything about this person. So you can actually look at the balance, and then can know what your current balance is. And so it removes all the struggles that you need to go through to be able to deal with several staff, and how what is the accuracy of how much leave they have spent, and so many other things like that. Thank you very much for listening.